A client came to me recently. Let's call him Daniel. He's 33, product designer, sharp, but a bit tense when he sits down, shoulders slightly tight. He starts telling me about an interview that went wrong. As he's talking, I can already see the moment. He says the interviewer was late. So Daniel is just sitting there on Zoom, waiting. Recruiter apologizing, awkward silence. Even now, he's talking faster, just describing it. I stop him. I ask, "What did that do to you in the moment?" He says, "I felt off, like I had already spent energy before it even started." Good, that's the real entry point. Then I ask, "What did off look like in your behavior?" He pauses, and then he says it. "I sped up. I stopped pausing. I didn't ask questions. I was just performing." That word, performing. I move a little closer. "Performing what?" And Daniel goes, "The confident version of me, clean answers, strong opinions, no hesitation." There it is. I've seen this pattern so many times, especially with people interviewing into big companies. Something small goes wrong, and instead of staying grounded, they compensate. Faster, sharper, more certain. But it's not confidence anymore, it's pressure. I tell him that directly. Confident can very quickly sound like intense and not very collaborative. He nods. So I ask, "When did you feel their energy shift?" He brings up a moment. He told them, "I have a backbone. I wouldn't let a product ship if the user experience wasn't good." He thought that was strong, but he noticed one interviewer leaning back, not impressed, evaluating. I asked him, "What do you think they heard?" He doesn't answer right away, then quietly, "That I'm rigid, maybe hard to work with." Exactly. This is the core problem. Intent and impact are not the same in interviews. So I push a bit further. Did you show them how you navigate constraints, or just that you resist them? He exhales. Mostly resist. That's the whole pattern. Daniel thinks a strong designer equals defender of quality. But in real teams, especially places like Amazon, that's only half the job. The other half is navigation, trade-offs, alignment, movement. Without it, you don't look strong. You look expensive to work with. We keep going. I ask him, "When you talked about pushing back, what language did you use?" He lists it out. "I advocate for the user. I push back. I don't compromise." I stop him. "That's a manifesto, not a collaboration story." He actually smiles a bit when I say that. Then I ask the question that usually lands hard. "Did you give any example where you changed your mind?" Silence. If I'm interviewing you, I'm asking myself one thing. What happens when this person is wrong? He shifts in his chair. Because he knows. He didn't show that at all. And here is the twist, I point out to him. You think always sounding right makes you look senior. It actually does the opposite. Now he's fully with me. So we rebuild. I tell him, let's redo that backbone moment. Same belief, different signal. He tries. First version is safe, polished, a bit generic. I stop him. Where is the real you? He resets. Then he says, I care a lot about user experience quality, but I've learned that just holding the line isn't enough. You have to bring people with you. So I try to reframe problems or offer alternatives instead of just saying no. I nod. That's it. Now he sounds like someone who can operate inside a team, not against it. Then I go back to the very beginning. The interviewer is late again. What do you do differently? He says. I slow down. I don't try to cram everything. Maybe I even acknowledge it and reset the pace. Good. That's control. That's presence, not performance. I ask him one last thing. What's the actual lesson here? He thinks for a second, then says, I don't need to prove I'm strong by being rigid. And interviews aren't about defending my standards. They are about showing how I work with people. Right? Exactly. My name is Stace. I'm not a coach. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm an immigrant. You can hear the accent. I've worked my way up in American tech. I've worked at companies like Microsoft and Amazon. I've been on hiring committees. I've seen what actually matters. Most of it is too subtle. No one really explains it. But you can figure this out. You are capable. I just point out the nuances that matter and highlight the unspoken rules. The rules that get people hired or promoted.